Hi everyone, welcome to the Beer Garden. We are having quite a busy week in Hong Kong because we will see the whole wire escort event, the big event, and then after that it will be followed by a Sunday meeting at Sha Tin. We will be having two Group 3, that will be the last two group races for the season in Hong Kong. So we will be previewing later in our show. So this time Sarah, Joe, and Steve will be with me talking about the Sunday 10 race card. First of all, we will talk about the two group races. First of all, it will be race 5. It is the Premier Plate over 1800 meters. Let me start with Sarah. Sarah, who do you like in this group 3?
I like the 4-year Champions Way, who I think is really the horse to beat in this race. He's the horse for the course and the distance. He's gone against tough company before and has raced. He's racing in familiar company, so he knows to bring his A game here. There isn't much front-running speed here, which will really play in his favor as he kind of likes to just sit off that pace, and it could leave it wide open for him to take the win rather easy. He's coming off of, decent runs. I know the last one we saw in May where he got 6th there, he just seemed to kind of get in a little bit of trouble, but was able to finagle around it enough, but not enough to cover the ground he needed to. But coming in at this 1800 meters, I think it's going to look really nice. And I just think the barrier draw, it's really setting him up to have a really beautiful race.
Yes, right. So Sarah goes for number 4 Champions Way. The trainer John Size is sending 2 horses in this race. One of them will be Champions Way breaking from gates 4. The barrier draw is quite good for him to stay in a great position. And Steve, how about you? Who do you like in race 5?
I went for the joint bottom weight Charene Red Sun. Douglas White trains Matthew Poon riding the horse. Alexis Bedell was on last time. He rides Tourbillon Diamond, which is another good chance, I think, the second top weight. But Charene Red Sun, hard to believe, 7 runs in Hong Kong and yet to win, but has run really well and took in the 3 4-year-old classic races, of course, the Mile, the Classic Cup and the QE2, 4th, 2nd, 4th, so ran really well there. And I just think this could be his time. He's well drawn. He's got a nice low weight. And I think the application of blinkers the last twice has improved the horse. So I'm hoping that it's a wide open race, isn't it? Kaying Star. Excellent proposal. He started so well in Hong Kong. He had 4 wins from his first 6 starts. And now he's gone 11 runs without a win. So he hasn't realised his potential, really. And the likes of Columbus County and Reliable Team and Savvy 9, they'll run their race, but I never think they'll be good enough. I think they're getting older. So for me, yes, Charene Red Sun's the horse, a 4-year-old on the up.
Yes, I agree that Steve just mentioned that it is quite a wide open race. And number 10, Charene Red Sun for Steve, I think that this is quite a tough 4-year-old, still improving. We see that he participated in the 4-year-old Classic Series, finishing quite great, quite good results. And this time he will just carry 113 pounds, which will be a huge advantage for him. And Joe, how about you? Will you looking for another one from the bottom?
Yeah, another one on the bottom. I'm going to go with Berlin Tango with Karis Teeton. His penultimate race was in the all-weather track and he ended up winning, but everything else hasn't really been. It's been okay performances, but with no weight on his back, I think he'll do really, really decent in this race. I'm not looking for it to win, at least something to place over the 1800 meters. But with Karis Teeton on board, he could probably steer him in the right direction as far as especially having no weight on his back. Yeah, this is a really, really tough field. I could probably see an upset with one of these horses that aren't the odds. If there's a favorite in this race that's probably like 2 or 3 to 1, I think you could probably find something else. It's a good betting race, I think, especially if you're going to play the forecast or the Quinella. So, but I think that Karis Teeton and Berlin Tango, especially winning by 1.5 lengths on the all-weather, I think he'll be ready for this race. So I'm going to go with Berlin Tango, number 11 down the bottom.
Yeah, so Joe's go for number 11, Berlin Tango, carrying a lightweight in this race as well. He's having quite a good all-weather victory in May. I think that he's having quite great season this season, because now he's just a 5-year-old. I think that he is still capable for winning or having some good result in a Group 3. And for me, I will go for the top weight. I like number 1 Kaiying Star. Although it is a handicapped Group 3, so maybe the horses carrying the top weights will not having quite a big advantage. But I think that he can also be my value bet because breaking from gate 6, I think that Kaiying Star and also Reliable Team from gate 1, they are 2 horses that are possible to be leading, and maybe the pace will be a bit slow, so the front runners can be quite favorable. And also Kaiying Star, I think that this season is quite amazing because he was up to 2,400 meters last time out, and then he could still keep till the end, finishing second. It was quite impressive because I think I didn't expect that he can have some great performance over such a long distance. So returning back to 1,800 meters, I think that it will be much more suitable for him, because we know that Kaiying Star is quite a good miler in Hong Kong, and this time the distance will be quite favorable for him. So I will go for number 1 Kaiying Star, and he will also be my value bet on Sunday as well. So to recap, race 5, the Premier Plate, Sarah goes for number 4 Champions Way, Steve goes for number 10 Touring Western, and Joe goes for number 11 Berlin Tango, and I will go for number 1 Kaiying Star. So the other race that we will be talking about will be race 7. It is another Group 3, but it is over 1,400 meters. Race 7, the Premier Cup. Sarah, who do you like in race 7?
I took the 6 Cheerful Days. This is my value bet as well. He's jumping out of barrier 2 here. We got Alexi retaining his mount. This horse, he really started the season off exceptionally well with getting 3 back-to-back wins. And then he just seemed to maybe lose a little bit of confidence, but you can kind of see it building back up, getting a really nice second placing last time out over the 1,600 meter distance. So we're dropping him back to the 1,400 meters, get a little bit of a weight break here. And I think it's just really going to set this horse up to really get his confidence back again and hopefully get another win to end out. Would love to see this horse end out the season how he started the season. He's just a really strong contender here, and we'll see how he does. Really great form, really has taken to the Sha Tin course. So keeping my fingers crossed. I do think you're going to get some pretty decent value on him, at least to even put him in your underneath. Last time he ran, he went off at $16. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you'll get another really nice value there. And I do see him really challenging this field to hopefully get us that win.
Yeah, so Sarah will have her value bet here. That will be number 6, Cheerful Days. In this season, he is quite honest and very strong. And this time breaking from gate 2 is also quite good for him. Looking forward to his performance as well. And Steve, how about you? Who do you like in race 7?
I really found this difficult, and I think Beauty Joy is probably the most likely winner. But I think I'll take a chance with Lucky Patch, actually. And Lucky Patch is... He's a nice horse. He had the 5 wins in 18 runs, and he had a horrible experience in the Longines Hong Kong Sprint, and it took him a while to recover from that. So the next time he came out, he was only 9th, which wasn't a good performance. But then he showed a bit more like his old self last time. He finished 3rd. It was quite a good run, and he steps back up to 1,400 meters this time. He's drawn 6. I think Healthy Happy will probably try and make the running. So, and he's gone up a lot in the weights. He's improved. He's an improved horse, Lucky Patch. He was 8 stone 1 last year in this corresponding race. Now he's 9.6. So he's improved up to a mark of 118. So I think he has a chance. Lucky Patch for me with Jerry Chow, who had his confidence boosted with a double at Sha Tin on Sunday.
Yeah, so number 2, Lucky Patch for Steve. Jerry Chow is the best partner for this horse, and we are so happy to see that the horse is recovering quite well after December, the terrible fall in the Hong Kong Sprint, and he is having quite good chance on Sunday. And Joe, how about you? Who do you like in race 7?
I think I'm gonna go with Home Affairs with James McDonald. I mean, over the we're talking about Sha Tin. Sorry.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. I'm with Sarah also because we were both doing the Ascot show. So I'm also with Cheerful Days as well. I think he is a Group 3 horse. I don't think he was a Group 2 or Group 1 because he had poor performances over the track. But if you look at all of his other wins behind it, he's won impressively. He's won coming off the pace. and right when he gets to the top of the lane, he just has a good turn of foot. With Alex Bedell, he did get a second behind Beauty Joy, who I think, as what Steve said, is probably the horse to beat in this race. But there's a merit to that, having that second, and not being only a length behind. He's only 5 years old, and he's competed against a lot of horses that we're familiar with: Champion's Way, Romantic Warrior, Golden 60, Beauty Joy, obviously, as what I said. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Cheerful Days. I'm with Sarah, so we got a double. It's not a value bet for me; it's for Sarah. But I think we're gonna go with a double a double Cheerful Days. So we're gonna have happy days here in California if he wins.
Yeah, that's great. And Joe agrees with Sarah that number 6 Cheerful Days is having quite a good chance here, because I also agree that he's having a great season, and recently he's doing quite well in the recent track work. So he's still fit in the nearly the end of the season. And for me, I'm quite happy to hear that Steve and Joe and Sarah mentioned that about Beauty Joy is having quite good chance here. So because I will go for him, number 3 Beauty Joy, because in this season we see a completely different horse of him. He arrived in Hong Kong last season and participated in the 4-year Classic Series last season. But however, he suffers from some injury, and then he went for the spelling. And at this time, after joining the Tony Cruz stable, he is quite stable, and maybe he's quite consistent at the age of 5-year-old. And it is good to have Zach Purton to be riding him again. And obviously, last time out, or last 2 starts, he won it quite impressively. So I think that Beauty Joy is likely to score his 3rd consecutive winner in race 7. So to recap race 7, the Premier Cup, Sarah and Joe go for number 6 Cheerful Days. Steve's go for number 2, Lucky Patch, and I will go for number 3, Beauty Joy. And after talking about the 2 good races on Sunday, let's talk about our best bet on Sunday at Sha Tin. Sarah, who is your best bet?
My best bet comes in at race 6, which is a class 3 over 1,200 meters. And I'm taking the 4 here, Brilliant Way, jumping out of barrier 7. He's just a really promising 3-year-old. He is chasing the hat trick here. Seeing if he can get that 3rd back-to-back win. He's been competing against exceptionally strong company this meet and is really looking in great form. I think he's really grown into a really nice horse. His ratings have skyrocketed. So it's always a good sign. He really likes the course and the distance. So he's very much the horse to watch out for here in this race. It is a talented field, but I think we're going to really see a nice edge for him. He's going to get up, sit right off the pace, and then just close in to get that win. I like him a lot, and I even think, as my best bet, I think you could possibly get a little bit of good value on him as well, but he's definitely the horse to look out for here in race 6.
Yeah, I agree that Sarah's best bet will be race 6, number 4, Brilliant Way. We see that recently he is having quite good results over the 1,200 meters, and also Alexis Bedell knows this horse very well. John Size will stand a patch of good horses on Sunday, and Brilliant Way is one of the strong winning hope here. And Steve, how about you? Who will be your best bet on Sunday?
Yeah, I went back to race number 5, the Group 3 Premier Plate. It's an interesting race. A few trainers actually firing 2 darts at the prize. Carrying Star and Berlin Tango for Tony Cruz, and then you have John Size with Champions Way, an excellent proposal. And my selection, Douglas White, he also has, as well as Turin Red Sun, he has Savvy 9 as well. But I just think Turin Red Sun's a horse with a lot more potential. He's only had 7 runs. He never seems to run a bad race. He's yet to win, but he's always there or thereabouts. And since the blinkers fitted, I think it's improved. He's not been beaten far the last twice in 3rd. And he was a good 3rd last time behind Running Glory over course and distance. And that's Running Glory has been a very good horse this season. So for me, Matthew Poon up for the first time, drawn 3, Turin Red Sun, nice 4-year-old. He'll do it for me.
Yes, I think so. Number 10, Turin Red Sun in race 5 will be Steve's best bet on Sunday. These horses will be carried just a lightweight in this race. 113 pounds is quite big advantage for him. And Joe, how about you? Who will be your best bet on Sunday?
Best bet's going to be in race number 4. It is a class 4 over 1,600, so over the mile. I went with Eternal Bloom with Luke Curry. right now he's been in form at Sha Tin with a first, a fourth, and then a second. This doesn't look like a really good field at all. Because, well, I mean, I guess it is because it's a class 4, but I think he'll sit off the pace, and then at the by the end of the when it gets to the turn, he'll explode on him. He won back in March of 2022, so this year, over the 1200 against Irmo at $7.50. That was in a class 4, so he has stepped up in weight. He does carry a little bit more weight, just 0.5 kilos, but I think he has a really good chance in this race, and especially with Luke Curry on board, who is going to get the mount for the first time. So I'm going to take number 2, Eternal Bloom, race number 4. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Number 2, Eternal Bloom in race 4 will also be my best bet. So we are now having our double best bets, Eternal Bloom
We have the
in
double
race
best
4.
bet.
Yeah, hopefully we can win it together. Because I think that the trainer Ricky Yu is making a right decision for this horse, and he made his debut over 1200 meters and won it. And then he climbed up to 1400 meters last time out, and then the horse stayed in the front and still could keep till the end. And this time will be his 5th start in Hong Kong, and then climbing up to 1600 meters. And I think that according to the pedigree, 1600 meters will be quite suitable for him. And also the horse is progressing quite well. And I don't think that the top weight will be a problem for him, because the horse is quite big enough and strong enough. So with Luke Curry on board from gate 4, he can definitely stay behind the leader, or maybe he can just lead it because of climbing up to a longer distance. So I think that Eternal Bloom is a 3-year-old still improving, and I think that over a mile will be the best distance for him. So both Joe and I will have our best bet in race 4, that is number 2, Eternal Bloom. And for Sarah, that's the best bet will be race 6, number 4, Brilliant Weight. And for Steve, that will be in race 5, number 10, Turin Western. And after talking about our best bet, Sarah, who will be your value bet?
My value bet is Cheerful Days in race 7. He's just another one. You know, they are keeping the blinkers on him this time, which is good, because they took him off in the QE2 Cup, and it just did not do him any favors. Had a really bad run, put him back on and then the Lion Rock Trophy, and really seemed to get him back focused, getting a really nice 2nd placing. So hopefully keeping the equipment on is going to help focus this horse. He just has a little bit of bad luck since February, but he's really looking good. He's really maturing nicely. And I just think he's a horse that you're going to get pretty good value and see a really nice run out of him.
Yes, definitely. Quite an honest horse. Number 6, Cheerful Days in race 7 will be Sarah's value bet. I think that he is a type of grade 3 horse, group 3 horse. So this time is quite a good chance for him. And Steve, how about you? Who will be your value bet on Sunday?
Yeah, I went for Infinity Win, number 11 in race 2, who's still to win after 12 starts, but a nice horse. And I thought he'd have won by now. He sort of looked like he was knocking on the door with Blake Shin at the end of last year. And he came back after a 2-month break under Luke Curry last time. It wasn't a particularly good run, but it was over 1,000 metres, maybe a bit sharp for him these days. And I don't think he really got the run of the race. I think he was slightly hampered. And I think he finished the race with some running left in him. And I think he'll improve for the run. So hopefully Infinity Win. I think the debutant Lucky 8, interesting for Ricky Yu and Karis Teason. But if that doesn't bring his A game, because sometimes they just flunk, don't they, on their debut. You expect good things and it doesn't happen. So hopefully Infinity Win can go well at a nice price in race 2.
Yes, I agree that Infinity Win number 11 in race 2 will be having quite a good value. He was just trying over different distances and different courses, and finally returning back to Sha Tin 1200 meters, which will be the best trip for him. And then also breaking from gate 3, he may be leading or staying behind the leader. That will be a great position. And I'm quite looking forward to Luke Curry on board this horse. And Joe, how about you? Can you tell us who will be your value bet on Sunday?
Yeah, value bet is in race number 6, and that is down the bottom, number 13, Midori Beauty. So had 2 wins in a row in Australia. at Gosford, and then both at Gosford breaking his maiden, and then both as the favorite. So if you look compared to everything else in the field, I don't know if this is going to be a favorite or not, but he does look really strong. I think he'll have a really strong debut, especially as a 3-year-old. And this is a Class 3 race, so they handicapped him down on the bottom, but on the Class 3s. You're looking at a 16-horse field, and with some other favorites as well that we know, like California Concord, Wild West Wing, 8 Trigrams, Super King, Armor Eagle, Brilliant Way. But I think on debut, especially as a 3-year-old, he could potentially upset if he is one of the longer shots on the board. And he's trialed okay, especially coming to Sha Tin or coming to Hong Kong. So he does have a wide barrier, which is what you don't really want to see on a debut race unless he could take the speed. And I think he could probably take the speed. He does have a trial win, first out of 4 over the 12 or over the 10,000 or the 1,000 meters. So I'm going to take a chance here. Purton was originally the one that was working him, but now we get Derek Lung. So Midori Beauty race number 6, horse number 13.
Yes, Midori Beauty, number 13 in race 6 is an interesting runner because he's young. However, he is very big in size and having 4 barrier trials in Hong Kong, progressing quite well. And I think that he's settling in the new environment in Hong Kong quite well because Zach Purton is not be able to make the weight 116 only. So Derek Leung takes the ride. He is also a great jockey, quite a good local jockey in Hong Kong. And for me, my value bet will be in race 5. That is number 1 Kaiying Star we mentioned before, because this time he will carrying the top weights in the group 3. So I'm not sure that I'm not that very confident he can win it, but I think that his recent performance over some longer distance, over 200 meters and over 2,400 meters, it was quite impressive. And then going back to 1,800, I think 1,800, that will be the best trip for him. So race 5, number 1 Kaiying Star will be my value bet. And to recap our value bet on Sunday, Sara has her value bet in race 7, number 6 Cheerful Days, and Steve goes for race 2, number 11 Infinity Win. Joe goes for race 6, the newcomer, number 13 Midori Beauty, and I will go for number 1 Kaiying Star in race 5. So that's all for our preview on this Sunday. I hope that we can bring some winners for you, and let's enjoy the last 2 group races in this Hong Kong racing season. See you next time. Bye.